Hi everybody, Mr. Bergen here, and we're going to be taking a look at this program which has about 10 steps in it, and I call it Finding Factors. And I'm going to talk to you about it step by step. We're going to build it on scratch, and at the end you're going to feel pretty good, I hope, about every component. We always begin with when green flag clicked. This is the way Scratch programs do most of their work. Okay, and that just means that you can click the green flag. Ask always makes the cat stop and say to the user, the human, please type something in. So when it says give me a number, I'll find its factors, I'm going to type in 10. This is a hard step. It means you've used a variable. You've created a variable called number, and you're going to set that number to answer. Now, answer is light blue, just like ask. So ask and answer are companions. You use ask, and then the computer stops and waits and puts the number into answer. And now what we're doing is we're moving that into the variable number. Why? Because down below we're going to have a big loop that says repeat. So if number is 10, it's going to repeat this loop 10 times. And 10 times it's going to go through this loop doing something. And we'll talk about what it does, right, as we're doing some programming. Okay, so let me put this away. And let me come over here. And I am going to build the program. So we have our ask statement, which is light blue in sensing. So we're going to say ask, and right where it says what's your name, I'm going to say give me a number and I will find its factors. I'm going to press the plus in the bottom right to make the text bigger, and then I'm going to minimize the screen, the stage, with this triangle right here where it's to the left of mouse Y. I'm going to click the triangle. That makes the cat stage smaller and gives me more room to make this visible to you on this video. Okay, so we need a green flag, which is event. That kicks off the program. Give me a number, I will find its factors. And now we need a variable, so we go to data and we choose make a variable. Don't worry about make a list, that'll come in a different lesson. Make a variable, and I'm going to call this variable number. Okay, as soon as I do that, it gives me 4 free statements. These orange statements come for free once I make a variable. And the one I want is I want to set number to whatever the result of the ask statement is. Now, ask was light blue. In sensing, you'll find the answer variable, which always comes, it's a companion with ask, and I'm going to put that, and it moves in by the left edge. So you don't just drop the whole thing in there. You go to the left edge where you see the lowercase a for answer, and then it snaps in and drops nicely. And I notice I have a typo over here, and I'll fix that typo. So the human types in 10, it goes into number, and then we're going to begin a repeat loop. Now, we don't want to repeat this 10 times, we want to repeat it to whatever number is. So we go back to data and we move number into here. And what we want to happen in the loop is we want to check to see whether each number has a factor, whether we want to find the factors of the designated number. So if number is 10, we want to find its factors. Now, in order to do this, you're going to have to carefully get to operators and find the command called mod. Now mod is not easy, and you got to be smart about this. So if I do some examples and I go 12 mod 5 and I click on it, it says 2 right over there. Now 2 is the remainder when you divide 12 by 5. You know how to do that. Divide 12 by 5, the remainder is 2. Divide 12 by 6, the remainder is 0. Aha! The remainder tells you whether it's a factor. Divide 12 by 7, right? Figure out the remainder. I'm going to click. The remainder is 5. That means 7's not a factor. Divide 12 by 12, click. The remainder is 0. Divide 12 by 2, the remainder is 0. So in fact, we're going to have a statement that's going to check on the remainder. Now, in order to do that, we need to have a counter. Whoops, didn't expect that. The counter is going to be another variable, so we go to data, and I'm going to make another variable called x. I'll go capital X. So I'm going to start x being 0. There come the commands, 4 commands for x. Set x to be 0. This is strange. It's messing me up in my video. Sorry, folks. Set x to 0. And x is going to count. And the way you do a counter, very important, is you change x by 1 in the loop. So x is going to be increasing by 1 each time it goes through the loop. So x starts in 0, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And how many times does it do the loop? It's going to do the loop number of times, which might be 10. And now we need to check to see whether or not the remainder is 0. First, we have to get the remainder. So guess what? We need another variable, and we'll call this one remainder. And I purposely will put in several extra D's when I'm typing. Oh no, I messed up. So we want to set the remainder to be something mod something, not 12 mod 2, but the number we're testing, which is number. So I pick number up and I drop it here, and I missed. Remember what I said about the left edge? Number mod what? Mod the thing we're testing. See, we're testing x. We're testing to see if x goes into number. So I'm going to take the x and I'm going to drop it there. And now I have number mod x. So if my number is 10, I have 10 mod 1, 10 mod 2, 10 mod 3, 10 mod 4. So I'm going to pick up the green by its belly, by its middle, and I'm going to drop it in there, and I'm on my way. In the loop, we change x by 1. Okay, that should be a 1 there. Let me check, it is. We change x by 1. Oh man, I have a typo. So to fix that, I'm going to go over the variable, hold shift down, and shift clicking on the remainder variable allows me to rename it. And now I'll get rid of the D's, and then it goes through the entire program and it fixes. So that's cool. So x gets incremented by 1. The remainder is just what we expect, number mod x. And now we need to test to see if the remainder is 0. Okay, so you're going to find that if statement in control, and I'm going to build it over here, if then, and I'm going to say if the remainder equals 0. So in the light green operators, you will find the equals. I'll drop it by its left side in there. And now I need to say if remainder equals 0. Where do I find remainder? In data. So I take remainder and I'm going to put it on the left. And I'm going to say if remainder equals 0, we've got ourselves a factor. So now we will use some way of saying, say x, where am I going to find x? In data. Say x for 3 seconds. I'll put that right here. I'll glue the two programs together. And now we've got, sorry for those annoyances, we've got our big program. The program asks the human for a number and then starts going, hey, I'll test 1, I'll test 2, I'll test 3, I'll test 4. Why does it know what to test? Because x starts off as 0 and it increases by 1. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. How many times? 10 times, because the loop is constructed to be 10. Now, if you could study this, go to sleep, wake up tomorrow, and recreate this program without looking at your notes, you are a programmer. It means you're on your way. And this program is the key to testing for prime numbers, testing for perfect numbers, right? I will make the stage bigger again with this little triangle. I'll make the text smaller with the minus. I will run the program and I will type in 6. I love 6. Not because Larry Bird's number was 33 and 3 plus 3 is 6. I love 6 because it has 3 factors. I'm going to click the check. 1, 2, and 3. And notice the variables. And you can put these wherever you want, or you can hide them. So I'm putting them there, but if I want to hide them, I would just click where it says remainder, and I will click where it says X, and now I run the program. So 6 is perfect because 6 has 3 factors, 1, 2, and 3, and they add up to 6. Let me do the second perfect number. Give me a number, I will find its factors. 28. Okay, I'll press return. 1 is a factor of 28. 2 is a factor of 28. 4 is a factor of 28. 7. 1, 2, 4, and 7 add up to 14, and then 14 is a factor. So all the factors of 28 below 28 add up to 28. So 28 is a perfect number, and it's the second perfect number. Third perfect number is way high. It's up in the 400s. So we will deal with that, but I hope this helps you, and I hope you do what I said, is you go to sleep and wake up and see if you can make this work yourself. It's got a lot of key elements in here that programmers like to use. And you can watch this video more than once, right? And we can talk on the phone, and I can do screen share, and I can help you with it. But it's really, really important that you learn this program and you make it work and you play with it and you make this program your own. Okay? Good luck. And this is Mr. Bergen signing off on finding factors. Bye, everybody.